Question 1. Tell me about yourself. What to include? Start with your current role and years of relevant experience. Highlight 2 to 3 skills or experiences that match this job. Mention one concrete achievement with a result. End by connecting your background to why you're excited about this role. In more detail, keep this to 60 to 90 seconds. Follow a simple present, past, future structure. What you do now, how you got there, and what you're looking for next. Don't recite your entire resume. Pick only the details relevant to this job. End by linking directly to the role you're applying for. This is your opening pitch, not a full biography. Next slide. Question 2. What are your strengths? What to include? Pick 2 to 3 strengths that match the job requirements. Back each strength with a short, real example. Avoid generic buzzwords without proof. Tie the strength to how it benefits the employer. In more detail, employers remember stories, not adjectives. For each strength, briefly describe a moment where you used it and what happened as a result. Choose strengths the job description actually asks for. Read the posting carefully beforehand. One strong example beats 3 vague claims. Next slide. Question 3. What are your weaknesses? What to include? Choose a real but non-critical weakness for this role. Explain the specific steps you're taking to improve it. Show self-awareness and progress, not just admission. Avoid disguised strengths like, I work too hard. In more detail, the trap here is sounding fake. Pick something true that won't disqualify you for this specific role, then spend most of your answer on the fix. A course you took, a habit you built, feedback you acted on. Interviewers hear, I'm a perfectionist, constantly, and it signals you're avoiding the question. Next slide. Question 4. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What to include? Describe growth within the company or industry. Mention specific skills or expertise you want to build. Align your ambition with the role's realistic career path. Show commitment, not restlessness or vague plans. In more detail, this question tests whether your goals fit the company's growth path, not whether you have a 5-year plan carved in stone. Talk about skills you want to deepen and the kind of responsibility you'd like to grow into inside this company. Avoid naming a specific job title that doesn't exist there. Next slide. Question 5. Why are you leaving your current job? What to include? Focus on growth, new challenges, or better fit. Stay positive. Never badmouth a current or past employer. Keep it brief and factual, not emotional. Connect the reason directly to this new opportunity. In more detail, never criticize an employer, even if you have good reason to. Frame the move around what you're moving toward, new challenges, more responsibility, a better fit for your skills, not what you're running from. 1 or 2 sentences is enough, don't over-explain. Next slide. Question 6. Why do you want to work here? What to include? Cite specific facts about the company's mission or product. Explain how your values or skills align with their culture. Reference something recent, like news, a launch, or a milestone. Show genuine enthusiasm, not generic flattery. In more detail, generic answers like, great culture, sound the same from every candidate. Say something only true of this company, a product feature, a mission statement, a recent announcement, and connect it to your own experience or values. This is proof you actually researched them. Next slide. Question 7. Why should we hire you? What to include? Match your top skills directly to the job requirements. Highlight one unique experience or accomplishment. Be confident and specific, backed by evidence. Summarize the value you bring in one clear sentence. In more detail, treat this as your closing argument. Pick 2 or 3 requirements from the job posting, match each to a specific skill or result you can prove, and deliver it confidently in under a minute. Don't compare yourself to other candidates, just make your own case airtight. Next slide. Question 8. What do you know about our company or product? What to include? Know their mission, products or services, and target market. Mention a recent achievement, launch, or news item. Understand their position versus competitors, if relevant. Shows you researched before the interview. Always do this. In more detail, spend 15 minutes before any interview on the company's website, recent news, and the product itself if possible. Know what they sell, who buys it, and one thing happening with them right now. This single question eliminates unprepared candidates faster than almost any other. Next slide. Question 9. What can you bring that other candidates can't? What to include? Identify your unique combination of skills or experience. Give one specific accomplishment that proves it. Explain how it solves a need this employer has. Avoid comparing yourself negatively to others. In more detail, this isn't about being the most qualified person alive, it's about your specific combination of experience. Think about an unusual mix you have, such as a technical skill plus people skills, or industry experience plus a fresh perspective. Give one proof point. Confidence here matters as much as content. Next slide. Question 10. What are your salary expectations? What to include? Research the market rate for the role and location beforehand. Give a realistic range, not a single fixed number. Note you're flexible depending on the full compensation package. Avoid answering first if you can redirect the question politely. In more detail, look up the market rate before the interview using sites like Glassdoor, Payscale, or similar tools. Give a range, not one number, and mention you're open to discussing the full package, benefits, bonuses, remote flexibility. If you can, ask what range they've budgeted for the role first. Next slide. Question 11. Describe a challenge you faced at work and how you handled it. What to include? Use the STAR method: situation, task, action, result. Focus most of your answer on your specific actions. Choose a real challenge with a meaningful outcome. End with the positive result or lesson learned. In more detail, STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. Spend one sentence on the situation, one on your task, most of your time on the actions you personally took, and finish with a measurable result. Practice this structure on 2 or 3 stories in advance so you're not building the answer live. Next slide. Question 12. Tell me about a time you worked in a team. What to include? State your specific role and responsibility in the team. Describe how you collaborated or communicated with others. Share the result the team achieved together. Mention one thing you learned about teamwork. In more detail, interviewers are listening for your specific contribution, not just what the team accomplished. Say, I, more than we, when describing your actions. Pick an example where the team dynamic itself mattered, a disagreement, a tight deadline, unclear roles, not just a routine project. Next slide. Question 13. Describe a conflict with a coworker or client and how you resolved it. What to include? Briefly and neutrally describe the disagreement. Explain how you stayed calm and professional. Detail the specific steps you took to resolve it. End with the positive outcome or improved relationship. In more detail, choose a real but not dramatic example. Describe the disagreement neutrally, without blaming the other person, then focus on what you did to de-escalate and resolve it. Employers are testing your emotional maturity here more than the details of the conflict itself. Next slide. Question 14. Give an example of a time you failed and what you learned. What to include? Choose an honest, meaningful example, not a trivial one. Briefly explain what went wrong and why. Focus on the concrete lesson you took from it. Show how you applied that lesson afterward. In more detail, pick something that actually mattered. A small typo isn't a real failure story. Own the mistake honestly, briefly explain what went wrong, then spend most of your time on the lesson and how you've applied it since. This question tests self-awareness and growth, not perfection. Next slide. Question 15. Tell me about a time you showed initiative or leadership. What to include? Describe a situation that needed someone to step up. Detail the specific actions you personally took. Share a measurable result or impact. Highlight skills like decision-making or motivating others. In more detail, you don't need a formal manager title to answer this well. Anytime you spotted a problem and acted without being asked counts. Be specific about what you did and what changed because of it. A process improved, a deadline saved, a teammate helped. Numbers make this stronger. Next slide. Question 16. How do you manage your time and stay productive working remotely? What to include? Mention specific tools or methods, such as calendars, to-do apps, or time blocking. Describe your daily routine or structure. Explain how you minimize distractions at home. Show accountability without needing close supervision. In more detail, name actual tools and habits, a specific app, a morning routine, time blocking, a daily priority list. Vague answers like, I'm very organized, don't land. If you have a system, describe it in 1 or 2 concrete sentences so the interviewer can picture your actual workday. Next slide. Question 17. What tools or software have you used for remote collaboration? What to include? List specific tools such as Slack, Zoom, Trello, Asana, or Google Workspace. Mention your proficiency level with each. Highlight adaptability to learn new platforms quickly. Connect tool experience to smoother teamwork. In more detail, list the tools you've genuinely used, not ones you've only heard of. If you haven't used a tool they mention, say so honestly and add that you pick up new platforms quickly. Don't bluff on this one, it's easy to catch. Next slide. Question 18. How do you handle communication across time zones or with limited supervision? What to include? Emphasize proactive, clear communication habits. Mention scheduling around overlap hours when possible. Highlight strong asynchronous communication, such as written updates and documentation. Show self-management and reliability without micromanagement. In more detail, this question is really asking, can we trust you without watching you? Talk about writing clear status updates, over-communicating rather than under-communicating, and being available during any required overlap hours. Reliability and written clarity matter more than being online constantly. Next slide. Question 19. Describe your home office setup and internet reliability. What to include? Describe a dedicated, quiet workspace. Mention your equipment, such as computer, headset, and camera. State your internet reliability and speed. Note a backup plan for outages, such as a mobile hotspot or backup location. In more detail, be concrete, a quiet dedicated space, a working webcam and headset, and a stable internet connection with a backup plan such as a mobile hotspot. If your setup has a real limitation, mention how you've solved it rather than hiding it. That shows resourcefulness. Next slide. Question 20. Do you have any questions for us? What to include? Always say yes. Prepare 2 to 3 thoughtful questions in advance. Ask about the role, team, or growth opportunities. Ask about company culture or what success looks like. Avoid leading with salary or benefits questions here. In more detail, always have at least 2 questions ready. Good options. What does success look like in the first 90 days? What's the team's biggest current challenge? Or how is performance measured here? Save salary and vacation questions for when an offer is on the table. That concludes the guide. Good luck.